As a kid, you get to know the world. When you become an adult, you need to come home. And then then you can become an influence for that beauty in your kids. Now, my parents didn't know all that. So I had to figure it out. I got a war that really rubbed my nose into how bad it can get when you don't cultivate that wholeness, when you have the luxury to do it. Because the worst time to cultivate that wholeness is when the bullets are flying. It's really hard to focus on wholeness and sitting still, when you're running from bullets, right?
How do you feel, maybe growing up in that and going through that prepared you? Do you feel that you would have had the same life experience, that you would have, been able to go along this journey had you not gone through that trauma? Like, what role did that initial war trauma?
That's another good way to answer your previous question. Maybe our problem is we haven't had enough hardship, right? So for me, obviously, when I was in the war, it was tough. It was freaky. It was like, it was, but it rubbed my nose very early in what happens when we don't do our homework. And I look back at it now and I say, what a gift. What an incredible gift. How lucky I was. No, not that I wish it on anybody else, but how lucky I was to be alerted to something very important really early on, right? And sometimes you look at when people have it too easy, then they become entitled, and then they want everything to come to them, and it's like, well, I have a right to that. Well, no, you actually live by privilege. You live by the grace of solar energy. And when that solar energy decides to check out of your body, then your body's done. And your body is just made out of dust, water, air, and sunlight. And look at everything it can do. It can grow hair, and it can have pink skin, and it can dance and sing and feel good and feel bad, and make things and make other things, and horse around, and lie around and be completely still. I mean, dust, water, air, and light can't do that individually. But when they get mixed up into a human being in the most exquisite way, and just about anything is possible.
Yeah, I absolutely love that. Finding gratitude in the suffering, and realizing, like, we have to go through these hardships. But I think that's what I was trying to articulate at the beginning when I talked about needing both the emptiness, or needing one side of the emotions to truly experience the other. I know for me, a lot of what I've had to go through and endure in my 20s, the bodybuilding I shared that kind of, the emotional side of the bodybuilding, but starting a business that I scaled to, multiple six figures, and ended up losing all that, was close to six figures in debt, nearing bankruptcy, a lot of hardships, a lot of trials, tribulations, failures in my own life, setbacks, hitting rock bottom with my own personal addictions, has gotten me to this point now where I have all of these experiences, and I've gotten on the other side of them to where now I can serve and I can offer my experiences and I don't like to say expertise, but my own journey to the world, and help other men get out of that as well. So